Hey, welcome to Anime Adventures. I'm Elise Baughman, the voice of Pan from Dragon Ball GT, and I'm with Dorah Fine.
Hi, Dorah Fine, and I'm the voice of Toko Aoi from Beyblade Burst Turbo on Disney XD right now. Hi, everybody.
So cool. And this is the show where I bring you interviews from anime conventions, Comic-Cons, recording studios, and I am going to talk with Dorah in just a second, so I want you to stay tuned. So Dorah, it was so great meeting you at a-kon today. I'm so excited to talk about some of your voice acting and all the cool stuff that you do. And she's a singer, and she's done off-Broadway or
Off-Broadway, but
well,
yes, but still.
It's got the word Broadway in it. It's fancy.
Yes,
but tell me about some of the characters that you've done.
So I am Toko Aoi in Beyblade Burst Turbo, and he's a really good, sweet boy who really believes in his Beyblade. I play Hitomi Sagan in the upcoming video game the Somnium Files.
Ooh.
And I recently played Sakura's mother in beautiful, beautiful film, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. That's a weird name.
It's a little interesting.
It's just a beautiful film. I play the mother of Sakura, and Sakura is a young girl who's dying of pancreatic disease. And the film is just a beautiful story and portrayal of deciding what matters when you're living, and what makes life beautiful and worth living for is the people and the relationships that you have with your journey with them. And it was just such a wonderful, it was an honor to be a part of it, and hopefully it will be out on Blu-ray or DVD sometime in the future. So.
Oh, wow, that sounds amazing. What a great project.
It's just wonderful. I loved it.
That's so amazing. I can't wait to see that. Now, I've listened to your demo, and you have such a wide range. Little boys and little kids.
Little cute little characters. I also do a children's show that is on Netflix called Treehouse Detectives, and I'm what's called like a utility actor for the show. So I play a burrowing owl. And
She's very, very, very frightened of things and just really shy. I'm sorry I didn't talk to you earlier. It's just, I'm a little shy.
And I play a really excited deer, and really annoyed foal, and a condor, Mama Condor.
I love all the
worried
things.
about her egg. So it's quite
so
wonderful,
great.
and so it's really wonderful to be able to play all different kinds of interesting little characters, not necessarily the lead in the show,
Yeah.
but being able to be that supportive kind of character and be able to do multiple characters at the same time.
I love that, and I love all of your voices and your characters and the faces that go along with it. That's so interesting.
Very much with voice acting, some people think I'm just going to sit and be in front of the mic and it's all my voice.
Yeah.
And it's very, very, it's a physically demanding kind of role, and my background is in theater, but I move a whole lot when I'm in the booth, and I use many different kinds of crazy faces because it all comes out with the voice, and it's all about what your character feels and what you're portraying, and the microphone picks up on those emotions, and that's what brings characters to life.
I agree, and that's
Yes.
come up a lot with other actors I've spoken with. I think you're so right. It really does help to get into it when you bring that physicality to your acting.
Yeah, physicality changed everything. Just even the way that you're standing. When I play shyer characters, I will kind of hunch and be a little quiet, and then if I'm playing a very strong or a strong kind of like heroic kind of character, just standing in like a superhero pose changes the whole way that you sound, and it adds dimension to your characters.
Yeah, because you heard it just
Yes,
there.
just now.
Yeah, I heard it in your voice just then.
Yes, indeed.
Now, tell me about your background, because you mentioned theater. How
Yes.
did you? What was your little progression?
I grew up in New York City, and I did a little stint part-time when I was in college. I wasn't majoring in theater, I was majoring in history and being responsible. And
I was responsible too.
being responsible and thinking about being practical. I ended up doing some off-Broadway theater, children's
Very
theater.
cool.
I played cute little hound dog and other fun things. And I ended up getting an internship. It was called the Walt Disney World College Program.
Oh, okay.
And so I spent a semester working at Walt Disney World, and I worked at a ride called the Great Movie Ride, where I think it's the first time I really thought about my voice.
Really?
There were these tour guides, and they'd welcome you to go through the movies, and I'd say welcome and do this and that, and the ride ended up getting taken over by either a bandit or a gangster, and so there was acting involved. And somebody I worked with there noticed that I was a good actor, and he said, you know, we have this cast member community theater group, and I think you should audition for this play that an Imagineer wrote, and we have a lot of fun together. And so I went ahead and auditioned, and from there, I really found my voice as an actor, and I loved it so much, and I decided to major in theater, and I went back to college.
Wow.
And, so fast forward to that, and then I was a public school drama teacher for many years, and I loved it. I taught musical theater and drama, Shakespeare, and all, just middle school kids. I love 6th, 7th, and 8th grades.
Really?
Students. They're just wonderful. And long story short, they cut the arts in my county, and my job didn't exist anymore, and didn't know what I was going to do. I was a big anime fan, and I was running the cosplay contest at a convention called Anime Festival Orlando, and there was a guy named Tony Oliver there. I met Tony, and we talked about theater, and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I was teaching regular ed, and I wasn't particularly happy about just being so strict. I'm an artist, and I love to create, and I love to inspire others to create. And so I met him, and he said, "Come take my class." So I took a little while after that. I went to Chicago, and I took his workshop, and I was inspired, and I never even thought about voice acting before.
Really?
No, it was not even in my consciousness. I was a theater person. I had my degree in theater from Rollins College and acting, and it was absolutely a beautiful discovery. And
wow.
And so, long story short, I quit my job and being a teacher, and I started auditioning, and I started working as a performer at SeaWorld, and also at Universal. There was an old show called The Terminator Show, and I was this character called Kimberly Duncan. She'd say super a lot. The show's not around anymore. Very super. Isn't it just super?
Super.
Got to be really mean to people.
That's great. Super.
And I saved up money, and I moved out to Los Angeles 7 years ago.
What? I love that story.
It's been absolutely wonderful.
And then kind of fast forward, you're still kind of doing education because now you are education coordinator.
Yeah,
Tell us about that.
I'm the education programs coordinator for Adventures in Voice Acting.
Yes.
Which is the classes that Tony taught me. Since I've come on board, we've expanded, creating all different kinds of classes, and I work with the curriculum. Tony Oliver is a teacher, and our other teacher is Julie Cleaver, and they're both wonderful, nurturing teachers. I feel that when our students come through our doors, they're in a very safe place where they feel open to create and to just experiment and even fail and celebrate what they learned from not doing what they thought they could do, and discovering everything that they can do, and discover the different kinds of characters they can play. And I really love being able to watch the students and make little notes about where they have, they're really good at one particular kind of voice of character, and making mental notes and making sure that they nurture that, and also help them just decide how else to keep on studying as actors, and not just taking classes with us. I stress taking theater classes, just a simple community theater. Acting is just wonderful. It's community building, and you get out on stage and you're performing, and it's just as much acting on stage.
That's
it's
so
just
true.
The same as acting behind the mic. Just taking a community college class in acting also just is just so informative, because on the bottom line, those acting techniques and that training is what you use in all different kinds of acting.
That's a really good point, because I get asked about acting a lot, and not everybody may have access to your classes, but any type of acting class you take helps you as a voice actor or an on-camera actor, so that's a really good point.
And also improv. Improv classes are essential, and not necessarily taking those improv classes to be funny. It's about being spontaneous and making a quick decision and going with it.
Yes, I agree.
When I recently, when I was working on the Somnium Files, it was very demanding, all different kinds of emotions, and I was sitting in the booth, and I had to make split-second decisions. I hadn't seen the script before. Just that moment, I had to decide what I needed to do. And when I was in the booth, it was quite amazing. I was grabbing different tidbits from all the different teachers I've had, all the different acting teachers I've had, with voice acting and stage, and accessing all of that. But the improv work just really helped me feel free and to create the character and play Hitomi with a very truthful perspective, and made it easy.
Oh, that's so great. You work really hard so that when you get on the job, it becomes easy.
It's easy. It's all about you get all those training and you learn all those techniques. And there's only so much technique that you can do, but when it comes to the job, you're ready to go. You rely on that training that you've had before, and you just go. And it's so that it becomes easy when you get to be open as an actor to be able to access those characters. And so
that's so beautifully said. I think people will love hearing this, because so many people do ask about getting started in acting, or even if they've gotten started, just building their craft. So this has been great. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see some more of your work, especially the stuff that's coming up. So we appreciate it. It's been so good. We'll see you later. Bye.